Memo watching memo akwaba emfa umbra Nnawotwe Yi so ewa Adom TV. If you are trying home ewa sempa 94.7 FM. Nyamia ya Adom ema afi bakwa abesi etwa ye ho. Ema afi fufura aba betu ya se nyame nase. Ena ye de ma nyame meji di se afi we no. Enyina bebo ye ho moden ama Ghana akọ nanim sin baby ye wo no. Na ye nso ya brabom nso atumpon. Enti no in 2025 e bon pies ye nyina de dwumaden ena besi ye ne so ye de nokuradie ena besi ye ne so se na bia bibia mu ye no ye be di nokura ye di nokura e be ma ya brabo yankasa ye de ye be kwa nanim na oman Ghana so etumi akọ nanim nti on behalf of a production team of Nnawotwe Yi me ma official pa e bon pies yankopon be bia nanim akere ye afi we mu na be bia etumi asi ye yie Ojidia kase amen baby awo no well yasa share Nnawotwe Yi say or see hwe then akoso ewo Ghana wo se me no ye di ho nkomo eno ofiada na president Nana Adodankwa Ekufuado ede ne state of the nation address etwa to as president ede tudwa ensembe no ka wo sembe bre na no tudwa from air security to education to the economy. I mean, all the things was presented to me. Ebobo boso de odutuja. Emrena so so mene wo yesi nkonya. Ne ye dwendwen ho say ne president tuja as ye mine state no sa na city e ana ete saying. Enti ye be dwendwen president state of the nation address no. Ye wie nso a ye nim say Benada ede ye nemu yi da president Nana Adodankwa Ekufuado ede ne ndwuma a obedi ye de beto na yama president elect John Dramani Mahama akwaba ema na baba ye abefa ekonya na tena so na watenetene Ghana na wa implementing a vision for this country enti ye be dwene ho ye be preview the January 7 handing over na yahwe possible ministerial appointment enwa the office of the president elect ede edinsia bebetu dwa omono wapa omo se omono betroto air security nsensem from air 7 January benada ekopem se obey appointment for those ministries na enkofo ben medebetu wanim oni yentina ni nyina na yendwendwen yomangana ho fi se de bia meka se nyankopon cheye no ni ode maye Ghana apart from Ghana be bia ni obiom a betumi aka se aha me fie efie ayewo ene oman Ghana nti se Ghana be yie se enye yie ejina me no enti na me yentena ni endwendwen the state of Ghana ho ye wia na ya hwe the handing over ayeba so Tuesday ewo man Ghana mu your friend Samuel Kojo Brace on behalf of the production team led by Ora AC Ohene, ably supported by Walanyo ene Akwesin Siamu nyina no memo akwaba emfamba na Nnawotwe Yi on behalf of the cameraman, the sound, the directors yedase so do we feed na to a ye twa hu tew na ye ba ye betina from na feed ya konsem ya domosuko kama enti uni entena ewa Adom TV ene asempa 94.7 FM ye ba isia memo akwaba biom emfambra Nnawotwe Yi so mabedwafo no atena from na be introduce omo enche bia na mom ne president to dwa no as a state of Ghana as of now ne ohia yenko to parliament na yenkotie ne president to dwa ne bi ye ba beto aso studio
brave enough to start the free SHS policy at the beginning of my first term and resisted the calls for a gradual introduction. I'm glad that we've removed from the Ghanaian mindset the belief that secondary school education is only for people from certain households and families. From 2020, when the first cohort of free senior high school candidates sat for the WACC, Ghana has consistently recorded over 50% of candidates scoring A1 to C6 in all 4 core subjects. This marks a stark improvement compared to the years prior, particularly the period when pass rates in core subjects were largely below 50%. This year's results, the 2024 results, have maintained the laudable trend from 2020. Indeed, only 51.6% of candidates achieved A1 to C6 in English in 2016, compared to a much higher 69.52% in 2020. Mr. Speaker, the country is not broke, as some propagandists want us to believe. We're handing over the country with gross international reserves of almost 8 billion United States dollars. This is more than the 6.2 billion United States dollars of gross international reserves my administration inherited in 2017. Elections are the main planks of the democratic structure. We've just had the 9th set of elections since 1992. The losing presidential candidate called the winner to congratulate him and made a public concession 14 hours after the close of polls, which it is widely agreed were conducted in a competent, free, and fair manner. I doubt there are many such examples anywhere in the world. Yes, we should condemn the outbreaks of violence that followed, and the assumption some had that because a presidential candidate had conceded defeat, the winning party should feel emboldened to cause mayhem. It appeared at one stage that the outbursts of violence would overwhelm the police, who, in my view, need to re-examine rapidly their methods for containing such incidents in the future. I say so without prejudice to the excellent job they did in supervising the electoral process itself.
All right, enti ensema President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo do tudwane ebinu no. Enti President enne ochna ene adwoada. Let's say wenya ede ne presidency no ebe we ya anesa Tuesday a new president will be sworn in. Na ensema President tudwa ewo yemman ya yetemu ye current state eno bina okokotie no. Member Solomon Asante, or a member of the MPP's communications team. I so we have a call there. Okay. Oh, yeah, good point. Afi papa nko betu. Afi zeni to come be here cause you. Sure. Ora Peter Mensah here, a member of the NDC's national communications team. Peter, you have a call. Afi chapanso. Afi enko betu here. Adom ni afi ye team. Na mensha mo so ni madwuma mo ye. Fi twem. Okay. Na ye swaba. Na aseda na nkanya me. Na aseda enkoma Ghana fo nyina se omoye ma ne ye fe. Okay. Na enen so no da so no nko. Onim the Basin Tali boy. Malik Balsin Tali, the Deputy National Communication Officer for NDC, and they birthday. Inti young worship Malik, happy birthday. Malik, you know, one of the young men in NDC. He was very instrumental in this 2024 campaign. Leading the youth, those is with the communication wing, you know, mobilizing the youths across the length and breadth of this country. Yeah, mass campaign. And you know, in fact, Ghana Phobi befriend the youth president. And now no pay a message back from we say the latest Ghanaians ladies crash. The latest Ghanaians ladies crash.
Basentali. But the dear ever John Mahama, the friend, the Basentali boy. The Basentali boy. And any birthday. Happy birthday, the Basentali boy. You must want why you dear Mama Ghana Bekayo. Now, yes, we are the latest Ghanaian ladies crash. I don't know. You be investigation into young wishing a happy birthday in that regard.
Now also about with me and some did say Ganeba Muswa all best someone know.
Oh, set me dear. You're born in some trophy in our basso. But your mamma and a fan baby near a mon drink. A fan baby near a moya drink. A camboom. And yeah, and couldn't dear. So what I say.
Well, young call the president State of the Nation address. No, me start from computer.
Okay.
OTA president now. I mean, the way the last State of the Nation address.
Yeah.
You know, pinpointing security, the fact that we're not falling victim to the insecurity of the sub-region.
Okay.
Talking about education, being so happy about ultimately implemented the free SHS policy, TVET. What they've done in that area near there, then they will take away from the President's State of the Nation address of my annual.
Yo, because you mean that's mention that mention many also. Na Ghana for a wajib washing baby, I will feed the case you could be on me say I have 4 almost share Adom TV pa to a half one. Baby, I will be a Saturday and no pay. Me come for a certificate because you can go for be a Adom TV into your more of my basso and I come and I feel.
More 5 minutes on it.
And I say,
okay.
You see, my man Castle show. When they come to the State of the Nation address by Yura Kufuado and Rana, make us say a year dishonest State of the Nation address. President Kufuado. Any Ghana for any no crap bako. Na yasenka at this point in a day, and ka be your State of the Nation address. No, there are some things you should admit because you share on mine tibia in few more I the showers. Share for Kufuado, a bit to me a general simple so a touting himself of curbing insecurity issues in the country, recovering the economy, among other issues. You ask yourself, say, 2020 election, Ayakoye, Ghana 4 to go Mako 9 under the Fourth Republic, Yatwaba. Yankotu Abami Yankase, Yakum Ubi. Ghana for Mako and Kron Ashro Monka ya ebesi no justice for this individual. 2020 elections.
And 9
people. Churchman South 8, you know, Blekuma Central 1. 9 people. Ebesi no justice for these people. No. There were 2 people who died earlier and 6 on the day. Sir, no justice. As you may, it's even 6-5, even in total. But I'm telling you. And nothing I will be. Oh, there are so many crimes going on. I was so West Wogon, everything there. So the selective insecurity, security in some area, you know. These are some of the critical issues Ghanaians were looking out for. On the IGP, Kasumboom, maybe seen the investigation be. And that is why some of us who have even been advocating say the IGP must also be investigated. Why he has also sat aloof. Some of these crime scenes are also the police service, you intelligence papa be a coso. I say I got you be 6 million. And that bakaya. 6 million. Yes. 6 million. Ghana cities. Yeah, the pictures were to honor at the end of the day. I don't got that day. You don't tell us the security in the system. And I was doing some investigation. Let me comment. at the Ghana Police Service, not knowing, say, when it comes to operations, when it comes to intelligence, I say one personality or you're very expert in that. Yes, COP Christian Tetanyono, your more friend, born so a deputy IGP. I'm telling you, the people were giving us the expertise of them on establishing the police intelligence unit. But IGP done by and were chief free. And or their question I say, and they say intelligence. I basa wo kroma.
Na say born deputy IGP. We na mo kase da bi da.
Oh, it's not about so be kase debi. But at the end of the day, you realize say, sa nyama akukọ so ni nyina IGP ni say no a celebrity IGP. And this say ka security issues ah. And no na me hwehwe mama ko me gina so na mabọ sa papa na baso. Say now within the police service no, you can operations, you can intelligence ah. Say Christian Tetanyono, but your sunline no. And then a crime akoso wo many more yen to me so Sanyama women and as a president could have opportunity no catch chance. But so we security. Ya babu san say ayawa so west will go report na committee ne de buy na dia no ye fa ho. 30-man South incident 2020 election. Violence ekosi ya Ghana for sure monkwa. Dia na President Kufuor ya fa ho. Among other matters. And the president more than could that day no. Yeah, you know.
But I'm not sure so because of that Nyokai about Ghana not falling to the
territorial
insecurity,
now there are insecurity within our external insecurity. Within the problem, I'll say, oh, you are touting yourself, say, we are falling within external. In the country, under the Fourth Republic, and you think this is okay for us?
It is not, but I'm saying,
yes.
I'll say, I'm not sure, say, by that, said the internal and some people are resolving.
Yeah.
It is also out of place. Or
you
the
see,
president is not being truthful when Oka said, if
territorial issues
are back in our
that's sub-regions. You see, and
he's saying that we've spent, it has taken some investment
when
to protect the boundary.
When you are simple, what are Ghana for more you know? Let me tell you, if there are insecurity issues in the country and you've not dealt with them, when you are touting yourself over external issues, they will not mind you.
Okay.
So what I say, right. Within the country, no insecurity issues. Akunkuma abaswa. Yanka hoshe. Now president onka hoshe. Now when akobo honsa for hine on external issue, Ghanaians will not mind you. That's what Ghanaians will be asking you critical question. Sa for na ye ku omo ya. Ye bo mo to pay o. And ye ku omo ya. What have you done about it?
But when you say if the terrorism,
yes,
say,
sank
a those deaths you are talking about would have been recording them in droves.
Were we recording those deaths before him?
No.
That is the point. That is the point. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Is it relevant to the life of the Ghanaian people? What Ghanaians know, they say, Ubedi President Yi, Yakoto Abama Ghana phone, Kromawu. Ebe see that.
For 5 minutes now.
On security issues.
Yes, Asante. And to one so, then and there will take away from your president in the 2 January.
Oh, I miss Didi can be in Chiasu Kuma, I prefer Anope, any Minya Pija, in your good self. But one. What's the question am I in answering it anyway? That is how, that's why in a class, yes, exams are, it be 5/5, we be 4/5, we be 3/5 in this anime. I mean, that is because I think it was in the context. And you kept drawing his attention to the facts about territorial security. We've not been into the SBSCC or other camp states in the world, the sub-region. Even I think that is where he's looking at. But if it were to be internal, perhaps he would have focus now on Okana. He would have mentioned it specifically. But
also, as a Ghanaian, so the state of the country, also including the internal security. But one tier, that's what you say.
And I make sure say, but the Papa was in a context. I cover insecurity, a war. A hover around the sub-region, said Ghana. yetimi because security no ye won internal ye won external na oye se bi obi a wo hwe o man so a na wo se weni ku ni mienu nyina so but at a point na ye hu say there is this insecurity going around within the sub-region now. Because there was a time other people were even say na Boko Haram na sa terrorists your friends Burkina na if we want to descend. There were so many instances people were even making say even somewhere in the country na say for but in all these cases no yentimi unrealize any man say omapenya be no about omaino security no chere say sub-region yemesisi was some of the states in Ghana sebio sign say you focus so much on territorial infinity ama sa enyema ni bi entimi endua. Is it true or untrue? And a bit me e kan ye wa ha na me I will say what the president said is true. It is a say not say he has not been truthful because you even use that word to ask what is the truthfulness about because a horror na make us no the kind when intro it is truth. I am passe sebi ye bind ball efa no ye territorial boundaries na sebi o enyemesisi wa other nations no ebi ensi wa and that is truth. General truth we all know. So I want to bring to the fore say the Omampenika and security no there was nothing untrue about it. And it is the state of the nation when it comes to security, especially say your friend is saying the NACCC within the sub-region. What me say, and then when you come to internal, definitely as on my NIPA from diverse backgrounds, you may have so many issues, but in a nutshell, no, what me say it didn't go overboard. Me, that is what I would say. And then because some of the I believe say, I will not justify the happenings in those two instances. Because two instances, he mentioned, and then I was I believe a individuals sebi ya deploy more to maintain security. When they are deployed, definitely it gets to a point you have some people acting or become as ultra virus overboard. What you say? And when it happens that way, yes, you attribute to the central point that dispatch say, yes, under this abine. Yes, it's true under this abine. Sir, but do we say it has been left untouched and now say nothing has been done about it in terms of the willingness to so I did we say yes set because we kind of security now. If you say yeah used to it was on corruption now say you used to some state agencies institutions say strike na say for say you and passes in cases here boy isolated cases and those state institutions were tasked to sort of work on them. So and also can say I didn't be see but see you to say to abey na untimi can say me drink can say Peter and a small and boys no call she a black man of EC office near money but the thing has happened e nipa su I didn't see no say anamo be cost say yenhwehwe ade animo. I don't want to believe say their head directed them. So person or chere say be the head in the directed mass cases of these isolated cases no see here there.
But what Nnawotwe say as a state of the nation address no should have contained also near course or election
I don't have I'm not disputing that table no. I'm not disputing it at all. And because it's a who presented a state of the nation address a whole. But this is what we got coming out. So what I say? Yes. And I want to believe say a summary and as a summation of Niesi Neyabon Tofa Nedia 2 or my name so because one thing could be BM detail because our Mrea or the deliver side and sectors and so that is why it touches on the whole. And nemesis was sub-region. And can be no for say e be cry be see wa na e be edu ye and na be sa no e sign bible strong kwan ye two akwan so ndite no sa de na e bi anye de e bi entimi anka and it is true say e bi sa anto ye e wo omban nem. Yes,
all right. You me starting for how na call the economist 30 after 8 a.m. On economy, President can say he is confident to say the crisis and a woman is over and the economy no recover strongly, even faster than you projected. I mean, do you really feel the economy no has recovered such that we have returned to, like he always says, the pre-COVID-19 era?
Economy no issue. I started singing the song that the president
Maybe about 10
sang.
minutes on this,
Yes.
the economy.
Yeah, after I started singing this song.
Okay.
The president is singing in Rano. I started singing this way back. I think earlier 2024, I think the first quarter, and I started singing this song. Say, because in 2023, well, we shouldn't forget the background. In 2017, how was the economy before Nnawotwe took office? And then when he took office from 2017, 2018, 2019, how was it? We, at a point, we were recording single-digit inflation.
At the point in the Akufo-Addo administration?
Oh, yes. Okay. Oh, yes. Yes, I didn't bring those documents here. But if you check it, I think in 2018, 2019, that's the 9 the 8.8, 8.9 that way. You check it, you get it. A single digit. We were recording. But we took it over when it was your friends a double digit. What I say. And that was the time I said, "Be a man for born and I do show boy, I do guy," just because things were a man for say near my echo ye. Unlike sending a man for a bread in the the Bloomsaw era, and it's a year John Mama era. Yes. Then all of a sudden, sir, as a junior factor, see, boom, COVID, and say Russia, Ukraine, as if say. It has no effect on the nation. It has, because you cry a man penny I electing is say. Let me call US eco identity. Yes, I did cost one mining mono. Sebio, as a junior factor, COVID man. It has had a friend is a toll on world leading economies as I began a crapple. Yes, we have a fair share of it. But it's only that for political unity, you're back on mining back. Yeah, best sing another song. So I deal with the we've gotten rise from the IMF, the Madam Catalina herself. Omunina babe confirm. So where we were and suddenly about Australia, pe niema ye dia tutu kwen mu no ama sebi niema and you look in 2023 no when him say the last quarter we rose to about 58 point something percent as in inflation. By name no cassette saying it is a occasion baby I said you could do ye as a juniors fattest no e push ye could do ye no any or how you call mu as on mine we are self and nyina na hwe baby as say ye there is a downward trend of sa ye pointers in nyina any only inflation GDP growth any other indicators there has been some improvement that you can tell. There was a time in the same 2023, the last quarter, because I remember very well. So within every and Peter our friendly phone, so I check it dollar rate basically 4 times the other and better high. Because at any minute it changes. Oh, a move because one amount for you, also sorry no pay much businessmen. Not just but after there. You boo 2024 from the first to the second quarter, not just a started. So maybe no me started singing this song and yes, it wasn't so when we came into power. When we came to power, so we made sure we improved the situation. But a do sa era na sebi is juniors factors na say for the bobo na e kika we asa fa na nyina kon sebi. You see the whole year a teacher for kromo bi anko kira de. Now so no mu pay so de ho touch na. Ye betwe amoka. Obebi say from where are you going to pay? Yes,
but you can't also discount the sort of inflows during that period.
Yes. I'm not saying say we didn't get inflows. We got. But you share the effect of when buy as against inflows now all boson. I hope you understand me. Yes. That is what we are looking at. A whole port tema. You say Bibi vessel be ya halt. There's nothing going on. Also, I said a chunk of your friend is saying your finance if you well it will say and you might affect on mine so badly and you Ghana kwa saka kwa Ghana kwa na isolated case we here kan no because omoboa but baby am your man penny ye ni ne etimi call US call can say sebi sa factors e dey affect am your cry mine Ghana ofi mo obegina US o kasa no yeso yenya yeso ye dey aka yen so sa ne mani nyina utimi kan wenim nyina bonu so okay ekodum pempenso baby asa fa na nyina me dem me kan say atorenchem bi na to ye na ma ye ko pushing ekodu baby asebi na do you believe say at that same quarter na me come say na diesel was around 23.3 per liter. So do you know what me back Roma me fan kola esi o school ma park wo overhead bridge biase na ma join public transport aba Chrome. Then when I go back me could see wo overhead na say na ma pick na ma kwa for na video mo. That had become my lifestyle tamana sa ahunhia no but that wasn't the way I used to live. But Sebio is say you see difficult times but abnormal you use the word abnormal times but also live some kind of abnormal living. So me dear say omampeni aka born tough and say the state of the nation about the economy. Sebi we are recording Sebio say economy improve an improvement in the economy. I would say it is true because anima mabobo so Sebia na businessmen and sa yare na share wo nanka afi no be fa te say dollar ko disen sa anima ni nyina no ba down say ye fuel tell me person e kodu ye e ba down wo ho eduane sermon ni ema food insecurity baby at least e kodu ya na say ma Sebio whole ministry e the track e kofa because you full say transporters no any traders omo kofa ni mani ba no omo charge ebo no so high my whole ministry of agric e kofa any ma de ba na amanfo aba look
but I mean inflation is still high, right?
Not as compared to what we were. Let's measure the figure now. Check it figure now and then let's check up to 5 points. Yes.
But I mean you say
I mentioned you say
and I checked
in that quarter no it was 58 the last quarter of 2023.
Oh yes.
And there's an improvement. That is all that I'm saying. Okay. I'm not saying it's better or it's the best. You see, there has been an improvement.
So people are borrowing at a higher rate. Shouldn't a recovering economy and is a reflected in some of these things?
Higher rate now can. Maybe you have a comparison now as against those time now. I didn't get it to each pick, you know.
Okay.
The lending rate now can watch as a then 90 there. What me I say? In all, so cause improvement. Me I believe. As me say, I started singing this song from January, the first quarter of 2024, because I realized it. When I realized that no, they say the mean party was a year CBM na because I didn't air affected me so. So mean party baby bill say after them send fuel price. I met me at the Oma come out by Jumana Masa commission. I realized that there's a change. I hope you get me right. When I realized any daily, hourly or minute affair.
When fuel went close to, was it 22 cedis per liter?
Diesel, no, it was. I use diesel, so 23.3
per liter.
Per liter. So we shared in the. It's not. It wasn't easy. And also some ETS. In fact, we understood say, baby, against I could do sir. Exogenous factors here, you can may refer to him, Mampeni elect, very soon, the sworn in president, JDM, or Kokan, America. So, yes. Sadly, we are man for it. It is true. Yes, America, and Yemunkwa, Ghana, so yes, what 2 years.
And what the president, this the country is not, because he said the country is not broke, or this the country is not broke.
He's not broke because he told you, say, in 2017, gross industrial reserve, gross international reserves over 2 years. Now it was around 6.2 or 7. But as a then 2024, no, OBF, 8.2 billion.
And not to billion. How many months of import cover? About 2 years in 2017.
Oh, you have to do the calculation and get it. You have to do the calculation and get it. But all that is looking at the figures mentioned, you could see, say, at least Ghana now in 2024, reference 2025, and then Ghana in 2017, now here at JDM, GIR, gross national reserves. It is better now than as it was.
Okay, I'll check
25,
to look at how many
That's
months it could do for us, because if it's the same, then of course.
But the reserves is the figures are there to show.
Mati,
6.2 and then 8.2 billion dollars. You should know say there's a difference.
All
Yes.
right, Peter.
Economy in commodity any here time pa antie me da say.
It's about 10
mama
minutes.
me here time pa. Na me nya solo. Why are there? Hey. Kojo. Enye izo. You are explaining the economic records of a Kufuor government. But you remember me solo nso mama. Why na family? Because we are friend. You go explain tire. You go explain tire. Hey. The worst records ever under the Fourth Republic. Now, framing your solo, innocent solo. So, I'm explaining. Ade, why am I there no pay? I'm on your side. And come on, you know, could we? You see, State of the Nation address, the state of the economy. 8 years I had share you will Kufuor about me and someone. Economy need to say. Saying na you will Kufuor ne ba wo me abefa economy no ana mfie nwotwe ya wo mu ja to wo no saying na wo moja economy no, that is the crux of the matter. And somebody na you will Kufuor ne ba wo me aka kire Ghana fo a 2016 ye the economy ni share won nsa die no mo de dada ya Ghana fo hwe so e de to abama omo kwayi san enetie the state of the nation, the state of our economy. And on a make a say you were a Kufuor are demonstrating utter dishonesty to the Ghanaians people. But mention what ye economy no ye what macro de biami this ankomo here. Ye what the macro economists and ye want indicators. And ye what the micro economy and ye want indicators. And the MPP for opposition no. Not the normal bomb was for any the macroeconomic indicators. It will better inflation, better GDP growth, better your friends saying exchange rate, better interest on loan, better the buffer stocks, any other and it's our forest reserve here, and no, Anna, the elite group again. And it's our brand, and no, you are Bawumia Abaye, ambassador of city depreciation. Ambassador of restoring the value of our city. And what in them campuses more lectures. And the Ghana for say in film what train mobedi and a move free swap. The Ghana for person who say Obafa 2016, not the state of the city net say. Somebody have walk on state of the city not say. That is the crux of the matter. And to Obafa the 4 Ghana cities no 2016 no city no. And they are who you were Kufuor at the saying, Yakoya Nim, have we recovered? And no, I say, I say, who book Ghana for Nivitia? Because I did have found 4 Ghana cities, and you would Ghana a talent and a winning. Then I walk on about 15 Ghana cities here, and you are telling us you are recovering the economy. You are deceiving us.
But obviously, in to me, you know, for
I don't go that be awesome, no.
No, but
Mamma, Mamma, and no one is animal catcher.
about one soldier is and for
There be you, your more catcher Ghana for a person to about Momono. And until now, we were only holding them account to what they told Ghanaians. Yeah, but yes, you were a baby boy, near Shisha Niama, Nayama, your more catcher Ghana for say, President Mama by incompetence. And until now, 4 Ghana cities. Now, no free so now, could do 15 Ghana cities. Wouldn't send you 24 Brevo Kroma. Overcatchers are recovery. You know what they are doing? They are playing Chaskele with their own figures. They are playing Chaskele with their own figures. And I'm about to be at the end of the course through say, and I'm one case somebody back from was the Mama Basso. Now you will fit sell move a fan from 4 Ghana cities. And I'm catching 4 Ghana cities. No, a minor was on a bomb. And the end trouble, Mamma. Now we free so now what you free 4 Ghana cities, now 15 Ghana cities here. And on say yeah, you are recovering. What sort of deception is that? President Kufuor on your side. Inflation now what no. Now you 15%. 15%. And now you 25.8%. That is the reality. And you must buy a thing. And then Ghana for Sonny Kodaso. Iron Ross, you're totally saying. Cement badge, you're totally saying. A bro bottle bako, you're trying saying. Some mammy got to Pepsodent, Eddie money, and Kuala you super Pepsodent with fear. When they present mamma to an 3 CD 50 pesos, and that Pepsodent no 25 Ghana cedis, 20 Ghana cedis. That is the reality of inflation. And Tiano Ghana for say you are recovering. How are you recovering this? Oh, you don't play Tascala with your own figures.
But as he said,
yes.
Unim said in 2022
and not at it.
But
they are playing Tascala with their own figures.
But if economy inflation up for 50-something%. Nay, or you're doing the region of the 20s.
Yes. Your recovery should be that. What's 15% under your mama? And the amount 8 years. And this is free 8 years. Now, what's the economy recover? You should account on the 15% now. Not your own taskele. That is the deception.
Peter, Peter, or the or refer the impact of COVID-19 on the economy.
International economic downturn during the mama time. Omoya analysis they factor it in it.
Okay.
Did they factor that in our analysis? Okoto de anybody yenya nkyere mo fan kontimba ne nkrantembra. Wo munyaza. Dia to so biom. And now your public debt. That is why you should be concerned. What Bobisian 120 billion ye jama wono e kane da kono and then 761 billion Ghana cedis. Sikano wa he. Sikano e wa he. How did you use the money? Chopo 110 habusia 110. So you don't come and complain. Say there were some downturn and Sika abedi won some. To whom much is given, much is expected. See, can I be doing some no? You can't government in your nobody has ever gotten half quarter of what President Kufuor got. Because your loan, your friends say, accrued loan the other account is about 600 billion. And this 600 billion tax revenues, audit and other revenues is about 500 billion. Unprecedented. Obianya Satika will be that. And now, if you are coming to complain, say one cast all records now, who play Chaskela, you are deceiving us, and we will not fall prey to that. Dear Tosubium, could you? Your friend will be buffer. President Mamako, you're almost sinking fund, stabilization fund, infrastructure fund, ESLA fund. Says you now bring up $500 million, $300 million, $270 million, and can say, yeah, dear to say you're from cushion economy. Meno can say sinking fund equals zero. Infrastructure fund equals zero. Stabilization fund equals zero. Woman disaster win na. ESLA or the Akosia get fund or the Akosia. And things say ya a bemo man and yes cap the mama jama you will go for na depletion. Woman dinina. What are you living? And you are telling us you are recovering the economy? Wo ya economy swama ya bo from Ghana for to Obama from. So all these things, I am talking about the macroeconomic indicators. And no moka huasema ye de to abade ye ma 2016. So these are the records. You look at all these records, and then the stabilization fund. Sikasa no the stabilization fund mo. Sinking fund. Sikasa no what sinking fund mo. Infrastructure fund. Sikasa no what infrastructure fund mo. What did you know? And they talk about international reserve. Interestingly, when him say under President Mama now he recorded 6.2 billion a foreign reserve no, international reserve no. Now your oil field back up now oil field 1. And then the oil field is 3. The amount 3 oil field was a walk on the what me and say international reserve 8.2. Go and do the analysis. You have filled Ghanaians with 2 oil fields, with all the buffers, with all our productions. Now was so international reserve 8.2 billion. You have failed Ghanaians. You don't applaud yourself over this record. And then go and check. Cocoa board at the car about 13 billion Ghana cedis. Your cocoa production up down around 450 metric tons. 350,000 metric tons. Why? Well, now about the farm and about 1 million metric tons. Many will say Then debt stock at the energy is about $2.5 billion. $2.5 billion. Yes, setting up energy sector levy say, you venture yakabia a wohonum, said the Bay energy sector bedimu. You will cook for the neighbor with me a buyer, and no mutabi on Modiacosia or Marco Gisca. Ever seen that? Jack a cut $2.5 billion at the energy sector. You are telling us you are recovering the economy? They should give us a break. Sanyama when a Maya ya 38.2%. They say it is possible radio station 38.2 frequency 38.2. And as I had 9 consoles, no kaka na buma 38.2% on Benya. And as I in the results in the order that. Yeah, na Yanko police stations. Yanko coalitions. And the electoral commission in Van Maya coalition, me see or no, we were could Pabumiani Kufuad MPP. And to make catcher one person back to make catcher. It is possible FM 38.2. It is possible FM 38.2. And the metro on the same. What was our abysmal economic record? These are the macroeconomic indicators. So then we come to the micro. Micro ni Ghana for your bottom. Kojo you bottom to say 8 years under you will Kufuado. Ghana for bottom to say. Ankran Juma to say. President Chen granted to bring Ghana for 25 billion Ghana cedis. Egugu banks. You rent Ghana for Mabno ye Juma banks. Useless on my life. I you miserable. A month when you must say. Maybe me see for me baby. And now your friend be your friend say domestic debt exchange. I'm your Google company economy company you know.
But on the banking.
Yes.
It's also kind of reporting. And senior nanko for being managing banks.
That is why there is an institution to have oversight responsibility. Bank of Ghana. What was their oversight responsibility?
So kind of reporting be. The same Bank of Ghana. Not Odisika ama some of the banks Odisika ama banks maybe.
Yes.
To try and get them out of the normal one. Sasika according to the report. E be more de koya de for Frana no so anka.
When him say Bank of Ghana now wo kasa asia che wa bo money ka 72 billion. Are you aware? Dia na ye no. Dia na ye no. Woo Bank of Ghana na wo si obi aye yinti yengu amanfo bank no. Wa bo ka 72 billion to wo ya nya den. Wo ye funeral. But me throw the mismanagement by Kufuado and his cronies. Government.
Mate.
And I put the bubro and I talk Ghana for. And in the year economy now President Koka said the economy is recovering. When you are that day no. President Mama is coming to organize economic forum Ghana for 10 years. The true state of the economy. Ghana for now exposing the incompetence and the cluelessness of President Kufuado and Baumia government. Ghana for
yo yate. And yeah, shall levels na one. Yeah, baba here after 4 years we decide.
Of course. Okay. It's very important. That's how the conversation should be.
Exactly. Alright. Peter Mainsan out in Canada, a member of the NDC's National Communications Team. Solomon Asante, Ejina Hodema, the NPP. Solo, I mean, you've listened to him on the economy. You feel say the president, and we are recovering, looking at where we are. But in fact, he brought in something that matters. So I'll say, I wish our pocket are talking about, indicating that the economy is recovering.
Yes, sir. Who pursue the true height of an object? Many Peter. Who pursue the true height of an object? The depth from which it is shooting up.
Yeah, sure.
Then yet the level now. And so say Gina and no differences. I hope you get me right.
Yes.
Me see in common on the economy. Your foundation be an line underlying principle. You see a yard cost. Say anchor in the absence of exogenous factors, somewhere within the administration of Akufo-Addo. Anchor that straight say okay, who ya analysis and no so they ma Yera Mahamadi directly say under the time no say ni say e ba yeso ye dey say and no ya no say the first 4 years of Akufo-Addo na sa enima weni meto mu no hwe ni ye kan asem as at 2016, but no Apple was 15, but it was 15.4%. Inflation. Yes, and at 2017, yeah, best so 2017 at about 12.37%. 2018 inflation at about 9.84%. 2019 was 8.32%. So 2020 started a rise from the 8.32 to 9.89%. Satan and Nasabi Adina. Then from 9.89, then moved to 2020, moved to 9.91. Then 2022 now moved to 31.26. When we say that period, you could see you don't need a rocket science to know this things. The figures will tell us that no, there's something going on wrong. At the end of course, then they will be pointing those things to you. Say, sir, as a genius party, say, win, mad. And I don't know, and yeah, and you can't say Bibia to ye. We are saying, it is a analysis now. Say, you can say, na, Uber so. It was it 4 cities? You mentioned a figure 4 cities. Yes. Some 4 cities. Near the compare 15 cities. Oh yes, it's nice. But ye who say, Anna, the same underlying principles no prevailing conditions no, and no one a prevailing Anna say bibi be boom. Anna say there are some variables be a mad and any society. Then if you want to be fair to the analysis you are doing, fair to the analysis you are doing. I'll not even talk about you being fair to Ghanaians, but you want to be fair to the analysis you are doing. That no one said no. Sebi, variables we ebe boom. Etina AD MRD we are jumping from this because who share Adina must fact we know once he was talking, I just did the research and find out the years every year be inflation from 2016 ever. And no pack can actually will say no. There was a problem somewhere, especially from 2020, where inflation now dropped up to 8.3. After the same page from 8.3 to 9.89. Then the following year, 2021 to 9.97. Then 2022 31. Yeah. Something was happening. That is why analysis now over here. It's a blind man analysis we are. Then you always get it wrong. Yes, a blind man analysis way, you get it wrong. But if you want to be fair to the analysis, the figures that you are mentioning, and for your own self there, then you should be very frank to Ghanaians and say, oh, I deal with yes. Saying if in any case, I can say, yeah, president-elect. Yes, during this period, maybe 2 years. Now, you see, every action produces an equal but opposite reaction. Is that not it? It is a baby about bomb. Definitely, a who's on the consequences will come. And only the better 2 years. It is how you are not many in the absence of just BBSC. And then one see a so move for cities, Nana, and they have a GM50. BBSC. BBSC, and when you were crying, talking about your friend is trade balance, import and export, almost difference, because we were an import-driven nation more than exportation. What me I say? So you could see that something went wrong somewhere. If in his analysis, and we are doing analysis to Ghanaians, says okay, yes, it is true. Say this things, from 4 cities, 15 cities. Yeah, but we also have to also bear in mind, say, a woman said, "Bibi buy," and that thing is true. Look, if it were to be you in government, you mention it. Why would I shy away from it if that is the fact? Why would I shy away from it when the ex-president, now president-elect, is embracing that fact? America, Bibi 2 years in, say, why would I shy away from it? That's the truth. Yes, for we are living at 15. Why? Bibi ne 2 years, saying, yeah, it's so simple. I Ghana for the yeah, only heading come. We need the so after election, there's no campaigning again about propaganda.
Okay, all right. You, Oguswa, share Nnawotwe Yi Adom TV. A channel also was 94.7 FM. Mamincha Minia Nab, if it's a friend of Uncle of Urban Up. Or share what Takrade. Young Conco from Mula on the weekend, and go more or more disca crayaba. Yabetwaso. More Kababio and Fambra Nnawotwe Yi so Adom TV and Asempa 94.7 FM. Baby, I'll share free piano. Nyankopon and Canhon and Nasia and Edema. Well, Peter, and Timimra away.
You see,
Asante really
only me a cassette, yen fair analysis. And can say he who preaches equity must come with what? Clean hands, right? And think analysis no. And can the other side. In Kamisma Kwesibia, Miss Mekanamaka. But I was even fair to even talk about COVID issues. You are talking about variables. you are talking about incident a see Koje, what you say yes bra na ye bono ade be to me see abra bom na di nchira abre me see emre bi bibi to me pa na me wan hu hihim and I'm a fraud of form you miensa bi so omomo me at the end of the day no ade na to me ntia me de fra manfo no na de me pe de me nya abro so ama chese metimi nya bibi de ade aso to ni o me bia na mani ade and na so
okay
enti COVID-19 no a esi ye no it was a blessing in disguise to the Akufo-Addo government. Can't tell Ghana for say because of COVID, abanya a whooping 30 billion Ghana cedis. As at the end of the COVID, no auditor general report nearby. A try say as at the time I know your report, no one fast some IMF sika near the adenkeka ho. Na sika na around 23 billion. But sika ye use for COVID expenses in the nada around 10 billion. That is even as at that time, you have excess of about 12 billion Ghana cedis because of COVID. As you can do so poor and a baby munsamo. At the end of the day, you cook me and say, women organizer and as a vice chairperson for Northern Region, ever catch say, COVID is Sikano, what did you tell my party for? Party for, and I'm going to tell COVID is Sikano the man one year. And at the end of the day, the Oka say, yeah, to rent them a better Ghana, and they are blessing for the country. Because of COVID-19, we are seeing that obia no power here day or the tax at 20 months for so. COVID-19, what the COVID-19 tax, and the actual Ghana for so, and that COVID the Trump Ghana for COVID-19 tax. See, can money any? Then you have this worst records ever under the Fourth Republic. Near Koka, we should consider the variables. The variables came with advantages. Oh, your analysis now, you don't talk about the advantages. How you benefited. COVID. Yet the crew money is put in the V. A large phobia median $2.4 million. What are you talking of? The waste in the system, the depletion. Said you more wasting in Sikano. That is our problem today. Sikan yamonya bi papa. Abma we sika we nyabi. Anka said you Akufo-Addo kano. Omeyi nyo nyamai. Omeyi enka nyo nyamai. Yeti sika so akom de no. Afa ni ate ase e wo yewura Akufo-Addo abebo. Sika be dimu nsam do so po. What din nyafu. Na mo wa sa records we dey just say you are recovering. What are you talking of? Let me tell you, you are playing Taskele with your own records. That is what I mean.
Okay.
It is a democracy, and you know, all right, then. It is a COVID senior, the Munya, Sadam, the analysis. Now, we've gone past that because we know the record say COVID need the Sika, so poor, and a Bremo, and a Muchicha D, and anyone put you. So you understand that.
There will be some fact there looking at the inflation from 54 to where we are now.
If the Sika ban, they say economy, Nimu year, it can sink, inflation should come down.
Okay,
Mate.
Mamenko ahomano so na me Adip Sani ono security analyst na yene nkodi nkomo about the security President Akufo-Addo boss so no ade matching and memo official panso otie president in the State of the Nation address na on the part of security if is a president actually the true state of Ghana in terms of a Bible.
Yo, me da say, mamincha mo studio guests, any mo for any motive for Ninara. As ampa, Ghana ya koi nimpa so far as your Bible is concerned. Who compare your democratic credentials, any your peace index, it is quite obvious within the sub-region, Yedi Kunim. And since the inception of the Fourth Republic, demonstrated to we are seeing say Ghana is truly a consolidated democracy, evident in Sir Abattoir Ayakotu recently. Despite skirmishes, pockets of skirmishes around the country, overall, I think it's a very peaceful election. At the point during Nana Akufo-Addo regime, there was a series of bullion van robberies. and based on information within the national security setup na asem and they were scrambling for solutions to deal with the issue because na it's a serious national security matter. Thankfully, use minds, different minds are and in the end, the Apulion van robberies no AJI. Then on sub-regional security, and him say Ghana, I must say, has been at the forefront. And at the point, President Nana Akufo-Addo or Washington or Kabi Bichwe Anthony Blinken or U.S. State Secretary with respect to the ECOSO or Burkina Faso Wagner forces. We were not happy about it. I, for instance, may condemn in no uncertain terms because a monumental mistake because here's our cooperation to be able to harness and foster Bimbosem within the sub-region. And then later, your friend is a National Security Minister, Albert Kandapa or Burkina Faso. Then later, Omanpenyin Akufo-Addo also call to, as it were, cement the ties rather than, crack the ties between the two countries. But overall, I think that Bimbosem has been on point, despite, some cases of insecurity here and there. But insecurity there, it is always part and parcel of every human's life. You cannot have a utopian society where it will be peaceful, no crime at all. Even Japan, they record crimes, And so, Ubisamia, I think that overall, Bimbosem Ewo Ghana is very commendable.
Okay.
But still, so I think all in all, it's been good.
Okay. But so for you, President painted an accurate picture about your state of the nation in terms of security, right?
Sorry, Manti.
President painted an accurate picture of your state of the nation in terms of security.
Well, to some extent, not entirely, because there's been a number of housing projects. Because one of the major issues facing the security agencies, especially police, and housing. And I think there's been a number of housing projects aimed at reducing housing deficits, amongst police personnel. And sometimes it be more to me frame you almost see if you consider the beer omotino, sometimes they will be see obit me sorry at 2 a.m. and ask himself whether it is worth being a police officer in the first place. So I think housing projects, then there was this procurement of police body cams based on some incidents of situations recorded with police misconducting themselves and all that. So at the point, almost see body cams were coming in. But body cams, I think it's woefully inadequate because my police officer or share body cam, no. All right. Then the CCTVs are all over the country. I think a lot of it happened under this regime. And there were different CCTV cameras. There were a bit more that were installed by the National Security Outfit, National Security Ministry, or agencies. Then there were police cameras and so. And to a large extent, I think it has helped to reduce crime. But the unfortunate thing is, after unique crime statistics in the past, after every quarter, police or mobile publish or more crime statistics between January and March, where you recorded this number of robberies, this number of assaults, and but later, so we didn't know what was going on in the country, and also raised some concerns, especially amongst civil society organizations. So I think by and large, the account is okay, but not entirely okay, because still we are still facing an existential threat by jihadists are almost free Burkina Faso who call your northern frontiers, according to different reports, including latest one by Clygen Gill, any past reports by pro-mediation, terrorist entities to me back Ghana, and they use Ghana as a major supply, lines, major logistics hub. So these threats all still exist, and I don't think Nana Akufo-Addo, the government has done enough to completely curtail that threat, because threat, they're still a war.
Okay, all right. Now, Memphis call the inauguration that is to come on Tuesday. Now, President-elect Nnawotwe Yi just said, were ye a 6-member interim national security coordinating team? Nipa Odano Ora Prosper Douglas Bunny, former Minister for Interior. Omomkan will be Lieutenant General Peter Augustine Blair, retired, former Chief of Defense Staff. Ora Kofi Totobi Kwache, former Minister for National Security. Larry Bevlo Latte Esquire, a former National Security Coordinator. Brigadier General Fuseini Idrisu, retired, and a COP Nathaniel Kofi Boache, retired. Now, yen share the security on the handing over day. A crime based law say for them they will say to me yet to ensure say buying bones on the handing over.
Well, first of all, Usher's our list, experienced security people. For example, Colonel Devlulate retired, or a former national security coordinator, or former commander of the 64 Infantry Regiment, or protective regime under President Rawlings, or experience, or a lawyer, and I know what he is capable of. I know, sir, on Nyama by heart, he does things according to research, according to science. So what I say, General Idrisu Onuna Oye, former Penin for military intelligence, also our vast experience. General Blay, also COP Kofi Boaje, Jejuma or boy. The time I work Kumasi. You were Prosper Bani, or the committee chairman for security of NDC going into about one. So also based on the past experiences as an interior minister and all that. So we share list now or more a solid list. Yes, what I say. However, I think there should have been a bit of civilian component to our list, not just police, military. Anka, you were one person to represent the civilian, population, perhaps from CSOs, Anka, because after we are talking about human security. I mean, we are talking about people having access to basic necessities of life. Because I feel, based on my research, one of the surest ways to ensure security and catering for the welfare of the people, and arrest and prosecution. So Obi Juma, it indirectly disincentivizes the person from even committing crime in the first place, because ebimu omu yet boni because a come di omu. So it's a means of survival. So it's civilian component missing from service. But I'm hoping, based on omu experiences, I mean, with Lula the time our national security secretariat human security directorate, and I think a lot of work has been done in that regard, and or appreciated the very importance of that component. But overall, I think there's a need for collaboration between incoming administration and outgoing, so far as Bambosem is concerned, for a seamless transition, because the fear is immediately after 7th. Boys best easy state properties, state institutions, offices. So what I say, will be beko office be maybe or beko temahabo, then claim say, oh, Honorable Prosper Bani or no me to come and take over. Meanwhile, drop.
Okay.
So if we don't put the necessary structures and protocols in place, it will be chaotic.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, sure. I say critical infrastructure, warehouses, is well protected. Just anora. I mean, whether kumbungu and asavulgu yenya looting be honum no, and you see, our looting no is to cover up for certain crimes. So warehouse no officials no only my idea okay. Then they will leave like 5%, then open it up, then people will come and steal. They obviously so I say. So you see, yes sir, we are protecting crime. So what I say, we are covering up for criminals. So and yet in the interest of NDC supporters to besiege state properties and take over Davy, normal sir, okay? And so but there's a need for sir collaboration and coordination. No? So we are being a seamless, transition without issues. And there I suspect so the fact that you see mostly immediately after handover, boys or mobile BCG
but on and do this for me briefly on inauguration day Ankasa in terms of security and himself party for baby how should the security officers and individuals handle themselves on inauguration day Ankasa? If you can do this for me in 30 seconds, I'll be happy.
Okay, so Kamala Harris or Independence Square, I was there, meaning the way they segmented the people to ensure, you are able to ensure security at every point. The fact that almost no flying of drone, there can be one official drone. Media no bet me from, and our police drone and our BBC. Aside that, there's a need for massive intelligence, gathering and reconnaissance of that area prior to inauguration, because we are open. You don't need an invite because there was a popular stand, that people can, be part of. Just before my friend Tamale, almost buses have been fully booked. So there's a need for massive interagency collaboration. Our police, for immigration, customs, military, prisons, fire, any other. So everybody is brought in the loop for strategy to be fully, implemented. So it's and I'm hoping, with that, with our commitment, you're able to achieve a very peaceful inauguration.
Adif Sani Medasi say Unya Breni Edin Komo Ewo Nnawotwe Yi so. Enti member studio Mezazante mention as in inauguration day. A quite better on Ghana yet to me for so a year new man such that we'll have a very peaceful inauguration and handing over.
That's be great. Yeah, this is not the first time. Inauguration ceremony and I hand it over. It has happened.
Yeah, 2001. Yeah, 2009. Yeah, 2017. Yeah.
And now we are about to see. Yeah. Miss Resh say, send your kind of the personnels. Yabubo mudin. Just come bones on Beshena, Bambo, Shisha, to 3 years. I hope say their work. But Omajuma no Beshas Tuesday. So Omono, yeah, probably after the. No. Yes, OTA statement on the buyer now. Or say, their mandate begins on Tuesday, January 7, 2025, which means that. Tuesday. Who come with the idea say. Not after inauguration, we know. So it means that the planning process. Yes, 10 a.m. Yes, so if their work is to commence on Tuesday, it is inclusive. But I'm talking about the planning process to Tuesday. And no, they are not part. They are buying a year. But what do we have to do? Maybe American for one mommy and land. The pager say, "Adi we be baso na omampeni elect. Etimia katim we abon fat we heads ayakam abona enye." No. I mean, there are people who have held the position in various administrations since the inception of this Fourth Republic. the names ni bi wa me tie bevlo na se fo nyina share list we I mean and even the onu krapon head bi da the last head
COP Nathaniel Kofi Boachi.
I mean you see what I'm talking about. So the people there, they are solid. So I'm just praying, saying, and he, COP Kofi Boachi Ankasa, caution, a sound of caution, be say, my yema, ye trimu, and you saw the caution be concerning security risk just within the week. And I hope, say, he will send it to the tables as they meet to discuss about this. Because sadly, with the mean when he said, say, ye no more nkunimdie na ba wo amanyuko na fana said you were by immediately aba emaye no so start say ye twetwa sem this anema say ya nhwe kwa bi ankebo sa attitude na ye jane sa that day ebe ha adwene on say security experts na on kasa no can be even about this group of people on the way in fact I was see making sure say your man penny elect etimi akasa HC abo a solid HC abo mo a message omo attention enko omo base no won obi wo ho ade na ba no any game roso of course the entitlement we are entitled to what is all can say we be sorry call we say amano is omra they should talk to their base. The party should talk. Send your propaganda. Niema any monomo can send a jack to Canada. Say, I didn't crap here. Lizard, I can say a crocodile. I may make it, exaggeration. Faster energy, and go to their and talk to them from now to Monday. Naka, they've done that work. Send a back because the thing is, you've won. From that Tuesday going, you are going to take take over the affairs of the nation. So, whoever is due, say, or say, I didn't call baby and now whatever. No, your man penning any prerogative. Say, yes, won't cost na won't share how cost. And yet, won't now do best or our quarter. Sometimes the benefit say, who got na and they say, yeah, by ni also to then you get a play, but it does not entirely work that way too. So, who couple say, Dean, we don't say, oh, I call a dinner, basa, a trust seminar, can't honor, say, been me overboard. And then I yes, say, for that 20 friends Tuesday Jumedi and dear. Send a year be successively a problem be a no ye besre. A chitai for omo amanyoko kunimdi aba o mafa wo man mo. Say omunye very decorous. Ain't one more jubilation. Because definitely you can't stop them. You can't stop them from jubilating on that day because yes, you're winning, you're jubilating of your work. Other nearby baby party and say baby fine, but that day will climax the whole day because that day near the afternoon is a share president elect and to both I'm for the beji. Mom father way and GNA young year wada centers near man no been resulting in some EC offices here burning and so mom fast had
any with the party, but in terms of the security setup so then
especially changing from one administration to another administration, where different political parties come in. Yeah. You recording your friend is bad but maybe I mean who's the problems between me if you say young and can't was and CC whole year. A domona almost force and okay, I'll say 8 years in opposition, then easy. Just one break. 18 sir, any JNA they should be very different. Okay. And penny former woman ni enko woman. Yeah, as a buyer yefi office there. We have less to do on that day. That day any day. The shine is on the elected president.
Okay.
And we are hopeful, say, per the workings of the transition team, no, that day Nankasa Beduna and it might be brain newly elected administration and started out. Okay. What I say. Right. So when you come,
okay. All right. You. Mate. Peter. First of all, we are started on with the team now. Okay. President-elect put together.
Okay. Mom said, President Mahama, you mean business. President Mahama, you mean business. Or you can't set a committee be oral.
Yeah.
You saw the composition of the committee. And our status are interim national security
coordinating team.
You see the composition, the caliber of persons are more. The not sure say President Mahama he mean business. The expertise of each of these individuals, actually say, yeah, be share security matters. Down in near Oshame. You were Babulati, it won't be. Prosper Bani, it won't be. COP retired. Kofi Boache, it won't be. These are names, Oboa. Now you can say security issues in the country. They are couples. Enti sampen fui ebe buama. Swearing in ayede successful. Yaya ye ndisi phone. Yena nkumidi na bama ye. Ye ni aje. Enti ya ni aje a yaba no. Rationally. Enye ye na ye kwakwa ye trust ya. Because the glory of that is for us.
But if you listen to Adib Sani or say party members may bet me you so and no they are called certain installations like so Beblola to announce my say Yamra and not Beblola to announce.
So what I'm saying is say party NDC yena yaba yena ni wani team yena ye hwe se ade na ye koye na nyunyam na wo ho no yena e de ba ma yen. We have no business in causing any atrocities. Yeah, you nyamne ba ma ye no aye ni bedina ye internationally. Ye no momni ye mpaya ye boni se ya no mufo bia nkoye bibi enkohye baabi nkohye bibi enkohye nkofo bi kutu pam mo nkoye bibi nsa ya de na ye koye no. Because ade na ye koye na ni onyam no ye na e ba ma ye. Na ye ni onyam kwa akwo ba ma ye no. E de na se ye kwakwo ye. Ti se mete se wo mo se nkofobia market shi na nkofobi enenam 10 days. Can you imagine? Yeah, win power ye be manage economy no. Na obi akwegyina say yeah so one time I go say there. Sometimes rationally nkofobi make some allegation be ask of them how do they take Ghanaians for? Sankofo na ye be chobia they will come and answer. And the onus lies on us rather. Say you be protected at the end of glory and you nyam na eba no abaye di amaye. And every member of the NDC awa asudie say obi bia de obi hu say obotrimupo oye hye boni bia no ye be boni ye be yini pa na sudre ye be pani paneto na mrane na di. And we are to complement the work of the security force I said to you. Said ye be ya ade na ye koye ni Tuesday da no e be na da no e be ya nyam di amaye. And you over. Yeah, no dear. Empire near Bosse. Empenfo ya paumu. Yo mujidi. Near Didi say. Omode share pass be guaquemo. It's a dual responsibility. So the outgoing government and the incoming government. Because in the end, it's about democracy. When this ceremony goes on successfully, it adds on to our credentials. So yeah, yes, smooth transition. Obakaya 2000.
Beacon of democracy.
A beacon of democracy that we talk of. Okay, 2000. People were saying, Jarinya then, oh, hand you over. That's 2001, right? Oh, hand you over. In our boat. But we had a smooth transition. A smooth transition. And that became an international record. So, at the end, this is over. Yeah, no. Mining do ewe no mu che bibia any o mining come koni o mining no nyam ewe ndi si mu che bibia
e obi a ho obi a transition beautifully
na me kasam e di me kasam ndisi e ma me come there so what say e no ade na yakọ ni Tuesday no e tina papa na pause ampen fo ya omu wonim de sononko ewo security ne ahobambo nsem e di ahonom na de Ghana fam komanto wiem obi biara wo ba saa function yasi biada no me say o man Ghana na mkunumdi ade abe nyina dia ene yakọ akodi na you see Ministerial Appointment no
okay yeah possible yeah but no say Felix Ofosuku ache the statement dia betu dwa fa ya akere say
fantastic
sa listener omo abonti na no Enyadi fee office.
Yeah, no one na me beke. When him say, what your mama asudie kese eda no so. Na asudie na eda no so no. One ne yankopo di nkomo. Penifo omo beboa no ama omaye adwuma ewa pema. Papa your mama ni. Enti yempesa obi ebe kwa fori di eniama bia tututu da. Eno kra penifo bi di dwuma. Omo se mefunu be pray edi dwuma. Mamenka sa example me ankasa me boss chairman of Uswampofo mame mona baso ohwe ndwumadi pa onim se NDC mo no ye former chairman no eya na omunya kọ eluso aba no mkwakira so omu ye instrumental in campaign ye hu bida but you were chairman of Uswampofo in this 2024 campaign was instrumental across board. And in our analysis he made some fantastic analysis be about recovering the economy samayeka say baby I ye see the amodi ye kan ho asem bebere no baby na ye nyam dollars do wo say ye exporting and one of our major exportation ye cocoa. In the last analysis another of Uswampofo ye say we need to look at the cocoa sector ye cocoa production because it's how many ye 1 million metric tons need to make up ye anymore and can exporting money be more dollars.
In fact, it is the entire agri
fantastic sector. Entire agri sector. And we have to look at that sector very well, and especially the export product like cocoa. Now you to me boosting higher production. Now see to me more return from that. You see in according through that we can. If I some message, you know, the balance it resonated with a lot of people, and I think that these are some of the brains. And this one when we are looking at Papa ni momo ma ye dwuma. Enti hono mo krampo de e shadanya. And I want
Bansa Felix then there is done.
Oh yeah, yes, there are some appointments but yeah no
Ochina he is doing the meet the press.
And it's very fantastic. Felix Ofusukwachi has been very phenomenal. And he's fantastic and he has been very loyal.
I love his
brain. One co parliament and came in Kebe high pa.
Okay.
Felix Ofusukwachi and co parliament and came be a high because you see growing up there are some individuals their contribution to the national discourse. These people must be and at this place and the like. Somebody like Ira Samijemfi. You see, when we are talking about communication, both NDC and MPP Ubia one more communication are attractive under the Fourth Republic in our political discourse. And you are something we are making some advocacy. So and I want to put it here. I don't know what he is looking for. But said the mebunu eto abama NDC no. Na ye papa jo mama any mebunu din kuta ho no. Ye person oma Ira Samijemfi a significant position bia and bema ya consolidate your gains with the Ghanaian youth. Na ye me de ne say me pese ye man deputy chief of staff.
Hey,
yes, lawyer Samijemfi, deputy chief of staff. You see, let me tell you, that's why I said your political strategy. Ghanaian youth, no, say we are attracting the youth.
But on him say
exactly, say any partner and they say NDC as a political party, very strategic. Now people for ya more from me, you more opposition. Forever, there are some positions we have to be strategic about it. A lawyer Samijemfi, deputy chief of staff, you are attracting the youth.
He could be a link between the presidency and the grassroots.
That is the crux of the matter. And to say no, yes, will be pressure, and I say pressure. No, this is legitimate advocacy. I have started this a year. May come myself. Me person penifo and this penifo ye papa your mama say message ye do omo a omo fan kwa dwendwe mu Samijemfi no kwa bi grandpa no pa de foforo but me I'm looking at political strategy point of view say o just say Ekufado Emma asanso boache your friend saying lawyer Abujinapo omo deputy chief of that it was strategy on their papa on the NDC part too. We can look at such position for lawyer Samijemfi, deputy chief of staff, just to make sure say you consolidating our gain with the Ghanaian youth. And I think
your explanation
So
Sami is a very
a two-term national communication officer, and he has turned the fortunes of our communication in the country.
Personal interaction
with people, very cordial.
It could help anyway.
It's an advocacy from some of us. We are hoping that it will be taken in good faith. Not there's no any other motive behind, but we are making a legitimate.
Lawyer Samuel Jenfi for a deputy chief of staff. Well, yes, I say they go between a friend and Edin Como on AN Samuel Jenfi 0302 211701 and I say 0302 211702. 2 no bet me and 3 and I bet me and 4. So 0302 211701 0302 211702 0302 211703 and 0302 211704. Friend, you go on for our body, no about can take you and be to me. I could see.
Peter Casano, I want to quote him. I have no business in causing atrocities. It is true. Sebi, atrocities is a cause. So I mean, alongside a tour baby, the alcohol. I don't think that he was part of Omomo. Yes, I did. So a group of persons within the party, and they come once him.
Okay.
What I say? You will not get somebody like my good friend that have been coming. Many better say Honorable Vondi say atrocities. Okay. I hope you get it right. But Omo yes Omo yes and I'm Omo when you come. One man tackles I say now can say wo
Mate.
Enti BBA see one hwe na dey ade na kwa.
Mama fa ora beg me prior wa homa so. Mr. Evra, good morning. Mama ntie.
Yeah, good morning. Could you be able to do?
Yankopon de ache me. Yiri so de ache won so.
O de ache me pa na send people no. Brother na so e ma bin pro in the best way am for someone she no mumboa na asumuntem bra na bitem kom kan na afis no parliament so no mo pa no so e na parliament no best room say mo ma asumuntem bra na bitem kom kan.
Okay, all right, deal mate. Junior engineer wa homa no so engineer. Ma min tie we.
Mr. Kevi.
Be ya kedia.
Oh, tami adi no mbeda.
Mo de na baba na agro na bako de.
Oh, mama, oh, mama, cook on my and a upon a papa. Actually, can about what the mayor then kick and then, yes,
Mede, yo.
Chama better and this in not one channel. I can't tell them better than Jenny and Hunter West today. What you have about the youth make it so Hunter West. I'm a president, Mama, you make his time and you make his time cook what this do. After one country and the 1 2 and on to Hunter West. Now Hunter West, I'm finding to my point flat. Now Hunter West in Conan and this are feeding Hunter West. Yeah, you're the late on our for the future at the end of the day. I have Conan Hunter West.
All right, may I say, or Simon Hunter West.
Okay.
Abu, meet you out, what we do.
Hey, hello today.
Moye, Papa, and what was there?
Oh, I cool on the car. You never go up for more. You have to go to
second then.
Aha. And the penny, my mince wash for. No, my chair better out to anything, you know. Neyima, you're about to task many entity not on Yabutan Casa. Now the performance is so poor. But what I mean, second data card, you have a coin yet. You have a coin yet. You have to write your class with your Tumuntonam. I compound and Tumunton, the piano bison. I would say, Echo Gomoyese, and the Mahama, fatigue and a 50 and a 2 go. And the Mahama, Yananado, 250. Tell it to me I could go into about to start second for that. What two, my the make me a hammer yet to Nanado on the AP Gabano. There is Excellency John Drummond Mahama, not the parliamentarians. They are about to say Ghana, my Ghana Bear, Africa. Yes, another crime from my way there. 24th, Echo UCG head office, I want to people. Holidays, UCG head office, second D. One top people, I come to office.
Marty, Abu. Ordinary fee second day not bay. Achu Macho, we have a call here.
Got a phone call.
Yo, Mammy Jewe.
The only say, MPP for no material on board. And you know, Tuesday, innovation, and look at them in Papa Baby about a computer. And I mean, we know, and this no, I had a public management, you know. Yes, I go man post I mean, if my manager, a good man. Yeah, you know, the youth has temper.
So no so abopa.
Okay. All right. You actually sooner there or the buyer no say Sami Jemfi Munshana Momani position kese bambara bako. Amaku bibia wako dia mamiti over.
Mpacho, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Mpacho chidan.
Nyanku pon che papa wa so zena.
Yame adumo.
Nice one. Mamiti.
Emede abana ya to no emede papa. Sir NDC aba power. Na kakra makani say eye abana ya tweet ya MPP no. Eye okom kasepa na ye de tweet ya NPP. Na sisia no eye NDC aba beme no. Ma mesra kasene say empenifo no omontra si share woko prisoners prisoners na ewo woni na no omudem keke na abamba omuka etima semu say obi biara ABI wakoye boni bi 6 months ana 7 months ana 1 year ana say no sank of we na bi wa central bi wa eastern
Mate yenhwe sankofo no Jacob, good morning.
Good morning.
Mamiti over.
Hello.
Yeah, hello Jacob. Macho Mamiti.
Aha. Na me kan se ni di kan yeda ochidi aponya kopon afi. Se wama adefese si aba. Nyami aduma on the 7th and ye kwakoso ye president elect in. The se nyami ban bo ahoden emano. Ye could be a moma ye brother NDC ni na wo. Station hono mono. Akata papa wayadi ye penipa bi sei okan ya ko kan Sami Jemfi the issue second honorable Sami Jemfi kombe deputy minister of Dempo
deputy chief of staff.
Chief of staff is good mebuno youth no obetimi a organize won yi papa no minister Sami Jemfi na ka kira no say yes anso ya na e da so mu pa de em na papa no
Okay. All right. Yo, Medase. This one on Facebook or say Komensa Pillar 2 and about say this is true State of the Nation's address. His Excellency Nnawotwe, you are the best president ever in the history of Ghana. Ejumawura Ayiko. Anyway, special greetings to Kweku NK Property Services by Komensa Pillar 2. Nadia or the buy any young Kwang swear na yane eye Papa J Zuninko. Papa J Mache. Okay, Papa J to me and Jinaso. And to remember, I'm in final words now for the encore. I'm starting for just 30 seconds now, so for 30 seconds.
Say, oh, can't see say a year better, a year can't want to be no more can say, and NDC for she, and I say, would see, oh, your friends at TikTok a year ago around them, a boy, if you are the funny leaders in the back, which I say. Anytime be a better a bar, say be a buying best, ma NDC be power no. Then immediately no ana sa omohono eja aka wo e ma na o chechi bi say e binim atwa mu no podie na e ka wo sa na wo mutimi egure mu e kotwe wo mu ni aba we ni de is akoyezi ye sheda e ma de ne nam boundary no ho nyina nti no unya bebi nti ade ni nyina timi hwe drebe wo na no na o ka bebi say o kai say 2030 de na esi ye no na AM boss wo ho e Kovandaport o kire bibi say Sadio amba na akwanya ema ade on person mu use word ye no omo etimi use e de aye. This was the statement of that person. It is what is so big or gira niam bi ICC happenings bi say and no de akasa what I say and then so it was true sampa 2013 sa niam ni see wo na 5 agost what me say tin say bia neni someone
thank you Akismi was because I say President Nnawotwe, if Ghana is not broke, why has it taken you so much time to pay for WASI exams? Why can't you pay the power suppliers? Why are pensioners suffering haircut on their investments?
Peter, just say you pese e blame game dia. Na say nke WASI ka say mo mo lose power ye mo ya na ye ba power no. E na mo pese mo gu ye ni mo ase na mo hwehwe niama. But that shouldn't be the case. The moment I dear see I ever pen or some pomasi bre, or more design your marasam, the Yampa Kwamis intelligence, and what chiomo, na ya inform Coast Drambrano, Namoko and NDC MPP. You are affecting us. Let me catch that. call a me and make it for you as Samija Vino. Samija Vino in Gomobia. This is objective analysis. I'm young as introspection. My year, me did this a bois NDC.
Yeah.
And the Melbourne sector, no, you better consolidate again with the youth. And they may believe it's a Ghanaian youth and NDC youth now. You support this course, eh? You might penny for consider this appointment for lawyer Samija, Deputy Chief of Staff.
Peter Mensah, a member of the NDC's communications team on Alto and Nkano. Ora Solomon Asante, a member of the NPP's communications team. Yeah, Reverend Samuel Kojo Braze on behalf of the production team that is to me. Join here on Adom TV and Asampa 94.7 FM. Yami Adom. Now, watch your day, enemy. Good morning.